Today's topic is going to be gun control, and the reason why is because of the tragic events of Aurora, Colorado and the theater shooting. First of all, I want to say that my prayers go out to the victims and the families and the friends of everyone involved. I pray for encouragement and strength through this hard time for you guys, and I really want you to know that you have been in my prayers. But the reason why I'm talking about gun control in conjunction with what happened is because that was one of the very first things brought up on CNN and other news media sites right after all of this took place in Colorado. They started talking about who's going to talk about gun control, what's going to happen, are we going to start restricting guns, are we going to start getting smart about this, blah, 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 blah. You have to use logic in a situation like this. And what happened in Colorado was very, very tragic. But gun control is not going to change something like that from taking place. Let me explain. You have two people. You have Bob and you have Dan. Bob is a law-abiding citizen. Bob likes to go hunting with his friends. Bob likes to go skeet shooting, and sometimes Bob also goes to the range to shoot his pistol at a target. Dan, on the other hand, has had a little bit more of a rough life, and he decides that he does not want to live as a law-abiding citizen. Dan likes to go do things that are illegal for fun. The weekend rolls around. That particular weekend, Bob has decided to go hunting with a couple of his friends for some deer, whereas Dan decides that he needs more money and wants to go rob a bank. They both have bought pistols and rifles. Bob goes out and goes hunting with his friends and has a great time and brings back food for his family, also great memories with his friends. Dan, on the other hand, goes into a bank, tries to steal some money, and winds up shooting somebody. In this situation, how would gun control change anything? Let me explain. Bob would not have been able to go hunting with his friends. Bob would not have been able to bring back food for his family. Bob would not have been able to create those memories. Dan, on the other hand, would have gotten a gun illegally because he doesn't follow the law in the first place. Dan would have gone into the bank, still injured somebody, still tried to steal money, and ultimately probably wound up in jail. The only thing that gun control did here was take Bob's ability to go hunting with his friends and also have guns around in case he needs to protect his family from someone like Dan. It would have taken all of that away from Bob. But Dan would have still gotten a hold of his guns and still did the exact same thing. Because Dan does not abide by the law. He does things that are illegal, like stealing money from a bank. Dan would have gotten a gun illegally or legally. It would not matter to Dan. Whereas Bob is a law-abiding citizen. So if he can't have guns, he's got to abide by the law and not have a gun. Why in the heck would gun control change any type of situation like this? It wouldn't. You think, well, okay, guns would not be around, they wouldn't be easy to get a hold of, so people wouldn't be able to do bad things. If that was the case, then why do people still get a hold of weed so easily? Why do people still get a hold of cocaine? Why do people still get a hold of heroin? Why are people able to get illegal substances in this country that are supposed to be outlawed, and they still use them and get addicted to them, and it still ruins their lives? Well, the reason why is because there are criminals who do illegal things, despite what the law says. I wish everyone followed the law. I wish everybody, was a law-abiding citizen and really good. Then we wouldn't have to worry about any of this stuff. The point being, gun control is not going to prevent bad things from happening, because criminals will be criminals. They will do bad things despite what the law tells them. That's what makes them a criminal, right? But the law-abiding citizens now become defenseless because they're abiding by the law. So now you leave all the criminals with more power than the law-abiding citizens. And I'm sorry, but logic tells me that that is a terrible idea. If in the theater in Colorado there had been, 20 people that were carrying a gun because their gun laws were not made a big deal, and gun restrictions and all this kind of stuff weren't implemented and weren't in effect, then you know what would have happened? The moment smoke grenades started being thrown into a theater, one of those 20 people at least would have thought something is wrong, and the moment that they realized that this guy's coming in to shoot people, to harm people, he would have been shot. And it would have saved so many people the heartache and the pain and the suffering that they're having to go through right now because no one was able to defend themselves. The criminal, the bad guy, he broke the law despite what the gun laws say, despite what anyone else says, despite it, he did what he decided to do, and no one could defend themselves. It's logic, guys. It's logic. And it would be so much more logical to say, hey, why are we going to restrict the law-abiding citizens from carrying guns and from having guns? Why are we going to restrict them when we know that the criminals are going to do it anyway? It's literally just an attempt at more government control over the American people. That's all it really is. Honestly, that's the logic of it. So guys, next time this issue comes up, think about it and think, okay, whether I like guns or not, does it mean that good people are going to do bad things with guns? If I take away those good people's guns, does that mean that bad people are not going to do bad things with guns? Think about it. Logic, okay? So anyway guys, like I said, I'm not attacking anybody specifically. If you have a different or altering opinion, feel free to leave it in the comment section below and we'll start a discussion about it. You can also leave me a video response, but these are my opinions and this is just my logic, and honestly I don't even think it's just my logic, I think it's just the logic of the situation. I've never seen a criminal that's going to break the law decide, oh well, because the law tells me not to do something, I'm not going to do it, because then they wouldn't be a criminal and there wouldn't be people in jail and we wouldn't have to worry about anything, which would be awesome. But that's unrealistic. It's not the way it is. So you guys, let me know what you think. We'll talk soon. I love each and every one of you. And until next time, rock on.